Okay, so this here is the walk cycle that you saw, a day ago, or whatever. I will be showing you how to make this. Sorry if I sound a little bit dead in the tutorial. I will be trying to be more energetic in future tutorials. Please enjoy this. Alright, what's up viewers? And today is going to be a Blender tutorial day. If you do not already use Blender or have it on your whatever machine you're using, go download it. Link is in the description. Today I'm going to show you how to do that walk cycle I showed you the other day. And it won't be super long, but it won't be really short either. So let's get into it. Alright, so first, before we do anything, let's go ahead and go down here to the timeline. Set the end to 23 and make sure start is at 0, which I already have it at 0. Now, let's see, go to keying and hit location rotation and scale. That'll be in case you're scaling or rotating anything or whatever. It's just safer to have it. And go to audio and no sync, hit AV sync. And that'll just help it skip over frames to make it more stable. So now go here to file, hit append. Now I'm using the Black Plasma Studios rig. If you don't already have it, I have the link to the video where the link is in that description to get it. And it is a fairly easy rig to use. And so let's append that. Give it a second. Okay, hold on, there's something going on. Let me try that again. Okay, it's loading. I have a very slow PC, but the good thing about this is that it is a very it works good on weak computers if you have one. Really fast. Alright, now I have my skin here and all that stuff, and real fast actually. Go down here and display it as a hexahedral or whatever, and set that to pose mode. And here, the Black Plasma Studio is actually really cool and everything, you know, has all your controls. IK and FK controls for both the feet and the arms. You know, you have all this good stuff. Alright, and now that we have it all here, so we already have our keying and playback, all that stuff ready. Go ahead and turn on auto keyframe right on the timeline. And now that we have this here, we are ready. So first, make sure you're at frame 0, and go ahead and set up your pose for your first step. I'm going to do mine. Okay, now that we have our main pose, it's kind of goofy right now, so hit this bone right here, the pelvis button, or bone I mean, and go ahead and move it down to where both of his legs sort of bend, and to where, you know, his feet a little bit curved. That's alright, you know, gives it a little taste. Put it flat on the ground, and here we are. Here's our first pose. It looks good. And so really fast, just to keep things upbeat and all that stuff, click on this button. It's the hips. That controls basically what's down here, and it curves it. Rotate it to, well, since the left leg is going forwards, we're going to rotate it to the right almost, I think. Yeah, right. Now, just slightly though, not too much, or else this gives a little more of a turn to it, but if you do it too much, it could look goofy. So here, do the same thing, and since they're, what's it called? Yeah, so we have this, you know, it kind of gives them a little thing. Go ahead and turn the head, because you kind of want the head just being static. You want to turn it this way a little bit. And there we go, that's our first pose. And so here, Now next go to frame 12 because this will be a 12. This is a 12 frame walk cycle. So next, now look, here's where things get a little bit elite. It will be easy if you're skilled with Blender though. So click this foot right here, hold shift, and click on the other foot. Next, Control C, which you'll see the little copied post of buffer. And now hit Control Shift V. And that'll basically that'll flip the poses to where, you know, they'll move. So if we look here, but it moves. And okay, now that we have that ready, since if you have auto keyframing on, you won't have to worry about setting the keyframe. If you don't have it on, you'd rather set the keyframe, go ahead and set the keyframe here. Next, go to the arms, the upper shoulders to be exact. Same thing, shift, click on the other shoulder, hit Control C, Control Shift V. Flip those arms. Now this kind of still looks weird, so click on the elbow, the right or left elbow, whichever one of your arms are going forwards. Shift click, Control Shift V. That'll kind of flip it to where it looks good. Now click on the hips, shift, and click on the this upper one. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, Control C, Control Shift V. And that'll give it a turn. Right here, see we have the head, and go ahead and turn it back. And you know, that way his head isn't moving with the body. Alright. So if we look here, it moves. That's cool. But we still have a lot more to do. Actually, I don't even know why I put that in there. So 24. So basically, I mean, do the same thing over again. Or you can go here, hit summary, and really just select everything. Select all of the frames from the start, actually. Yeah. First, go to frame 24. Box over all the first keyframes. Hit Shift D to copy them, and paste them at frame 24. Get it. That will give it a perfect loop. And you might be wondering, well, why is the end frame before the actual end? Well, because it'll snap if you... Basically meaning it'll instantly turn back to a certain pose and just is distracting. You never want something distracting during animation. You select all that, just turn this off real fast. You know, he kind of has a... I mean, it's a start. It's like absolute garbage. But we're not done yet, luckily. So, next, to fix the legs first. Really, the arms... If you want to get into a lot of detail, there's really not much we're going to do with the arms. Don't want to look in a lot of detail. Alright, so first of all, make sure it frames 0 on the floor. Now, whichever leg is going forwards, now you want to do this. So go to frame 8. Hold up, let me expand this. Need to be zoomed in. Need to be able to see where we are. Properly anyway. Okay. Go to frame 8. Move this over here. And, well, with mine, the right leg is going up. So we want to move the right leg up a little bit. Hold up. And to where, but not too much, because if you do it too much, it'll look like he's just like trying to be an idiot. So here, just a little bit up. There we go. So that's it for the right leg. Now we need to work on the left leg right here. So, as you can see, you know, it's here, raises up, so go to frame 21, and go ahead, bring it up, move it out, give it a decent step, decently high, but not too low, and boom. So there you can see his foot kind of hits the ground, because who just can slide and move at the same time? So that really, I think, I mean, yeah, that finishes up the Sorry, that finishes up the feet. And it looks good. The feet are actually particularly easy to animate. The hard parts now are the arms. Now the arms, you might be asking, well, the arms are still shuffling. Yes, they are. That is something that I'm not very good with, necessarily. So can't really give y'all much on the arms, but to kind of give it a little bit more strive to it, go ahead and click on the torso bone. And I know that we like turned it adjacent, not adjacent, the same with with the hips. I mean, the hips bone. But to give it a little more of a strive in it, so here we are. Go to frame 0 and turn it opposite of the hips to kind of give it a little. I mean, it might look like, oh, it's twisting, like I said earlier, it's twisting. But if you do it slightly, it actually looks pretty decent. And you've seen plenty of twisting where animators do that, and that's fine. Alright, so next go to frame 12 and turn it this way. And that'll then go to frame 24 again, turn it the other way. And that'll give the arms, that'll kind of, that'll kind of give it some more strive to it. So wait, so first of all, look at where he is here. Where he is here. We don't want the bone to snap, and to keep that from happening, go to frame 24, click Shift D to copy the keyframes, drag them back, click and paste them at frame 0 so that it doesn't snap. Here we go. That'll kind of see, and as you can see, actually, it actually slightly makes the arms look better. It keeps them from looking like they're still shuffling. And so, there we are. Well, we're not finished yet. Still need to make it move and stuff like that. The head, I mean, I'm not good with the head. Like with the bobbing of the head. I am still a beginner, so please don't hate on me. But I guess we could help. Well, what do you think? Yeah, so here we don't want it to turn so much, so go ahead and frame 0, straighten it, make it basically where he's looking straight, and bring it up a little bit. Alright, now here's the frame 12. Basically, copy the keyframes. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Turn it back. Here. Okay, that looks good. Now go to frame 24. Turn it and straighten it out again. Now, if you slightly make it turn to the other direction, that's actually kind of fine too, because it gives it more of a strive to it. So that kind of gives it, well, there, we're done. Well, not done. So a second ago, you saw that he was bouncing. I recorded so many times, had so many issues, and it was still kind of bouncing. And I forgot to do the tutorial part on that, so sorry about that. So I'm going to go and do that. So here we are. Notice his legs are bent and everything. So go ahead and keyframe it here. And then at frame 8, whenever he brings his foot up, this right foot right here, bring his pelvis bone up, go to frame 12, and notice his legs are kind of straight, so it doesn't look good. So bring it down, where his legs bend again. And actually, could duplicate the keyframes from frame 0 and put them there to keep it from, well, I mean, if you do that, that kind of, I guess, gives it more of a animation look. Now, if you kind of want to make it look lively, you can just do it differently, give it a little bit more lively, because we don't really do that in real life. We don't walk the exact same way, but it doesn't really matter. So next, go to frame 21, and of course, bring it up where he's taking his step, and then at frame 24, you see his legs are stretching out again, and go to click on the frames from frame 0, Shift D, and duplicate them, paste them at frame 24, and there we go. It gives him a bounce to his step. I think, honestly, that's pretty decent. I mean, So that's that. Here we don't. Well, we have it here. That's our animation. We got a little bit more to do with the feet. I know I said we were done with it. Well, we're done animating it anyway. So click here and go to Dope Sheet. Oh crap, it's messing up. Go to Dope Sheet and go ahead and click on the feet. Shift click on the thing right there and select all the keyframes. And I'm pretty sure right click, enter collision mode, and click on linear. That'll keep from foot sliding. Basically, if you're making it walk, it keeps the feet from sliding, which is very distracting during animation. Oops, deselect them by accident. Yeah, that'll give it some, like I said, keep from foot sliding, and you never want anything distracting during animation, because if you're trying to make it reality almost, it's hard to make it reality with Minecraft animation. If you're trying to make it like almost like reality, you don't want viewers being like, wow, this is like cool and everything, and then they see something distracting, like their foot slides, and it's like, oh, I forgot this is animation. Alright, so now that we're done with that, you don't have to do this part necessarily, but I did it for the just the walk cycle video that you saw me make. And so go ahead and click on this bone. This is the flip. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but all I know that it does is that it moves the body, but it's still parented to the base. So I think go ahead and bring it back here. Well, oops, at frame 0. So let's go ahead and drag those back. I accidentally did that. And I think at about frame 24, or I'm gonna try 20. This is where your own taste will come in play, in case, like, see, that's super fast. So go ahead and go to frame 24. Drag those keyframes to frame 24. But not working. So actually go ahead and go to frame 24 and bring it back a little bit. I said that's never going to be perfect, so go and delete those keyframes actually. Let's see. So go ahead and actually put this back. I was just trying to see how that worked. Just leave that there. But click on the base. First, go ahead and manually keyframe it at frame 0. This is called the root. It's everything here is parented to this bone right here. So go to frame 24 and bring it forwards about right here. I cut the cheese. Nah, it would not. So maybe bring it back. Okay, this is getting annoying. Alright, frame 26 more like. Go to frame 24. Just bring it back to about right here. So go to frame 24 again, bring it back more. You don't have to do this, like I said, this is where your own taste comes in play. Frame 24, bring it back more. Bring it back a little bit more. So, alright. So here we are. Go ahead and click everything, select everything. Zoom out real fast, expand this. Now this is just if you want it to loop and you need the walk cycle to be longer. So I'd say maybe put the end. Alright, so at the end of frame 48 and duplicate these keyframes. Alright, first hit alright, oh crap. Hit A to select all the keyframes. Shift D. Now the first frame should end up at frame 24. And there we go. And as you can see, he's moving forwards on the root alone right here. Delete the keyframes that are at frame 24, that way he immediately starts moving forwards. Now actually go to frame, well, it would be at frame 48 here. Bring it forwards a little bit since he's walking longer. Go. And so there we have it. But as you can see, it's still a little bit bleh. So go to the dope sheet and hit A to select all those both the keyframes right there, and hit just right click interpolation mode linear so that he goes straight there and doesn't slow down. There we go. Now actually at frame 48, I'm going to go ahead and bring him forward a little bit more. Boom. So there we go. Here we are. There we have the walk cycle. It's all there and done. And you know, we did the torso and all that stuff. So this is the walk cycle, y'all. I mean, I think that this one that I did actually for the tutorial ended up better than the one I did for the video. But so what? If y'all, I will be coming out with an animation soon, so keep an eye out. Hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please don't hate on me for making it garbage because I am pretty new. Not necessarily new to Blender, like I said, but just can't animate as good as some professionals. If you want a professional tutorial and you're not new, then there are a lot of other tutorials out there. But if you found this helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more tutorials, and my animation will be coming out soon. So have a great day, and thank you for watching.